It's another very miserable day. Overcast, black cloud and rain. It's making me wonder, will summer ever get here? I'm sure it will, and I know that over the last few months we've had lots of comments from people saying the plants seem to be struggling. But hopefully in a week or so's time those temperatures are going to shoot up, this rain is going to stop, and then all your plants are going to burst into life. I'm doing a couple more containers today, and I'm going to use those little Caravan wash bowls because they do work out really well. We've already got a couple on go at the moment, and we've already took and harvest of green onion tops as well. So a very small area, a very small amount of compost, but it does work. And we've got one or two down here that we've got things growing in. This one is mixed rocket. It's very tiny and slow growing, but it is growing, so that's great. We'll just have to wait with that. This next one is the same size container, and we've got mixed French salad in there, and this one is growing a lot quicker and it looks amazing, so it's not going to be long before we take harvests from this. And I've done a couple more as well, and this one's got multi-sown full-sized onions in it. We're going to see if these onions will grow to a good size and push each other apart as they grow, so we get 5 or 6 onions once again from a very small space, and we've got a couple of those on go. Meanwhile, we've got a strawberry to harvest. It's not very big, but it is completely ripe, so we'll take that before the birds do. And there's actually another one that's ready just there. So we've got a couple of strawberries for the first time this year. We've got quite a lot of these Caravan wash bowls, all wells drilled in bottom. So since they're doing alright, we might as well keep them coming. So I'm doing another 3 today, and the shallow rooted plants as well. So I'm filling these 3, but not right to the top, because we're going to add some fish blood and bone to them, like we always do. Plenty of nutrients. I'll give that a quick mix, and then we'll add some more compost. So now we've topped those off, I'm just going to level it out a little bit. And this centre one I'm going to overseed with radish, because that's one of your fastest growing vegetables that you could sow. And this one's called French Breakfast 3. So you can see we've put a lot of seeds on there. And then I'm just going to lightly cover it. Quite a big seed radish, so they shouldn't have any trouble breaking through. Just make sure every seed's covered, and that's one done. We can harvest these for the leaves or leave them to grow on and get the bulbs. We'll decide that when it comes to it. These next 2 I'm putting the same thing in, and these are Paris Silverskin pickling onions or cocktail onions. They grew really well last year, so we've got to do some more. Just make sure we don't lose any of those seeds. And again, we're just going to broadcast some over the top, there's more seeds gone on there than you'd think. And then that quick light covering, just making sure every seed has been covered. And that should about do it. We'll give that a quick watering and then we'll leave these to grow on, and that's 3 more very small containers on the way. So just a quick video for today, and in a very short space of time we've got 3 more containers on the way. 2 Paris Silverskin pickling onions and a nice full bowl of radish, and we'll decide whether we'll take leaves or bulbs as they're growing. But we can take a few leaves and those leaves will grow back, so we'll still get bulbs at a later date. And those Paris Silverskin pickling onions I did last year, and one I harvested as the small little onions that we wanted to put in jars. But I left another one to grow on, and they grew onions as big as golf balls. They just kept growing, and when we did harvest them, they was very, very sweet. So I might do that again this year with one of those containers. One other thing that I've been doing is making use of this propagator, because we didn't have anything in it, and because it's so consistently windy around here, we thought we'd use it to help bring on some pepper plants, utilising it as a mini greenhouse. At least that way the plants are not going to get battered by wind, and they're going to be a lot warmer as well. I did use them to put in these flowers that we've been bringing on as well, and now we've planted them in a big container, and you can see they're doing really good. But while we can, we might as well make use of this space. And you can see we've got a couple of peppers in there, and one in particular just there has also got a pepper growing on it. So we're trying to protect the plants as much as we can using anything that we can. And we'll see just how much difference it makes to these peppers at the side of the ones that are outside all the time. I'm sure it's going to help them along. But when that sun does come out, we just need to make sure that they don't dry out. Anyway, I hope the weather where you are is a bit better than we're getting on this Sunday. And if you want to see what we're going to be doing this coming week, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you next time. You take care.